Hi guys, it's a good day. Welcome to the show. I'm your host Davy. Let's get started. All guys dream of getting rich, me included. Then there's the ultimate, the wealthiest in world history. I checked him out, and guess what? None of today's billionaires even make it into the all-time top 10 list. Not Jeff Bezos, not Elon Musk, none of them. There are lots of surprises with these mega rich. Some of them were smart, or ruthless, or really lucky too. I'll show you what their massive riches back then are worth in today's money. I'm joined by my sidekick Cree. Say hi, Cree.
Hey.
His name is short for Screen. He's our talented tech guy. He does all the video and the audio and special effects for the channel. Whoa, give it a rest, Cree. Here they are, guys. Number 10, William the Conqueror. Born to a single mom, his father was Duke of Normandy. When he died, William became a 7-year-old duke. With several rebellions, he was lucky to survive childhood. His protectors taught him to fight young, and he became a boy knight. Military campaigns followed, and by age 22, he bested the King of France in battle twice. Growing strong and bold, in 1066, he invaded England, claiming that he deserved the throne. He got lucky again, since the army he met at the Battle of Hastings was weakened from beating a Viking army only days before. So William won, and with all the castles, land, and treasuries he controlled in both England and France, his estimated net worth today $230 billion. This guy beat Elon Musk by 20 billion, and he's the poorest on the list. Wow. Next up, number 9, Osman Ali Khan. He was the last Nazim, or royal ruler, of Hyderabad, which was about the size of Italy. He got most of his wealth the traditional way, from inheritance. In other words, he was a Nepo baby. His private treasury had more cash, gold, and jewelry than most banks. He even had a huge 185-carat diamond that he used as a paperweight. Are you kidding me? Think of your girlfriend getting a great gift from you like that. Khan had a diamond mine, hundreds of racehorses, dozens of Rolls Royces, and over 140 children.
Whoa!
He lost a lot of money and power after Hyderabad was forced to join India in 1948. But at his peak, he was worth $240 billion. We head to Russia next for number 8, Czar Nicholas II. At age 26, he became ruler of the largest country on earth. He had palaces all over Russia and controlled millions of acres of government land. He had crown jewels and one of Europe's richest art collections. At one point, Nicholas controlled the world's largest stock of gold, too. He had absolute power, but he was a weak ruler, and he led Russia into 2 disastrous wars. Meanwhile, he oppressed millions of his subjects, leaving them in poverty. That eventually led to his downfall. The Russians rebelled and finally forced him to abdicate in 1917. They took all his riches and put him under house arrest in his own palace. The Bolsheviks later killed him and his family, a tragic end for the Romanovs. Back when he was still the powerful Tsar, Nicholas was worth around $300 billion. So far, we've seen a bunch of rich royals. Our next guy was a high school dropout. Number 7, John D. Rockefeller. After dropping out of school, he became a bookkeeper, then a trader. A hard worker, he got into oil in the 1860s and founded the Standard Oil Company. He gradually grew to dominate oil, controlling 90% of American pipelines and refineries. His massive oil monopoly was so powerful, the government had to break it up. But he was still so rich, he had New York's Rockefeller Center built during the Great Depression. He was generous to charities, donating millions to science, libraries, and universities. But he was ruthless in business. So he was loved and hated in his time. He lived to be the oldest guy on the list. He died at age 97. His highest net worth? $340 billion. Our next guy started life poor. Number 6, Andrew Carnegie. Born in Scotland, he had little schooling and was self-taught. As a young teen, his family moved to America, and he worked in factories. Next, he learned the telegraph, worked for the railroad, and gradually moved up to supervisor. He left that and started in steel. He founded the Carnegie Steel Company and revolutionized the industry. It made him fabulously wealthy. He was criticized for harsh labor conditions, cheap pay, and union busting. Later in life, he built Carnegie Hall and founded Carnegie University. When he died, he left most of his money to charity.
Yeah, all right. Woo!
His worth? $370 billion. Sometime I'll do another vid on the top 10 richest Americans. Our next guy is European, Jacob Fugger. Cree, I didn't swear. His last name is spelled F-U-G-G-E-R. Fugger. Okay, he was a German banker, the richest in the 1500s. He owned copper and silver mines too. He grew so rich that kings went to him begging for money. Fugger was another ruthless businessman. He used spies and bribery to get what he wanted. On the plus side, he invented affordable housing in Germany. This rich guy was worth $400 billion. Next up, Akbar the Great. At age 14, he became ruler of the mighty Mughal Empire. Akbar was illiterate but clever. He's known for tolerating different religions, rare in the 16th century. He forged foreign alliances, gaining kingdoms by marrying many princesses. But he was brutal to those that opposed him too. Akbar rode elephants into battle, conquering land in what is now India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. Like many rich royals, he liked hunting, and get this, he used trained cheetahs when he hunted. As his power grew, he built more palaces, filling his treasury, making him richer than any king in Europe. Akbar's riches then, 25% of the world's gross domestic product. I'm sorry guys, I want to give you a number in billions, but reliable sources only report that that's what he's worth. So, on with the countdown. Number 3, Emperor Shenzong. He ruled the rich Song Empire in 11th century China. How did he get so much money? Taxes. Americans don't like taxes, but he loved them. His kingdom had the most effective tax system in the world. Since he ruled a huge population, that gave him massive tax income every year. Other riches came from new technology and the Silk Road trade. He didn't get to enjoy his wealth for long though. He died at age 36. Like Akbar, experts rank him high, but in terms of GDP. Shenzong had 25 to 30% of the world's gross domestic product at the time. Our next rich guy, you won't believe how much he was worth. Number 2, Augustus Caesar. His great uncle was Julius Caesar. After he was killed in Rome, Augustus became his heir at age 18. Rivals took away his inheritance, so he became a senator.
Yeah!
After years of maneuvering, he made strong alliances and had political opponents executed. Following wars in several countries, he grabbed all power, naming himself the first Roman emperor. After his navy beat Mark Antony and Cleopatra in battle, he ended up owning all of Egypt too. Augustus was an innovator at government reform. By the end, his rule began an era of peace and prosperity that the world had never seen. The Roman Empire became Europe's most powerful and richest, bringing him fabulous wealth. His net worth? $4.6 trillion.
No way.
That's right, I said trillions. We've reached number 1. And while you're watching, please subscribe and hit the notifications button. The more subscribers I accrue, the better my vids will be for you. Okay guys, here's the guy at number 1, the top trillionaire. Number 1, Mansa Musa. This king literally had tons of pure gold. He controlled the gold trade in the Mali Empire in West Africa, which had some of the richest mines in world history. He controlled the salt and ivory trades too. The world learned how rich he was in the 14th century when he traveled across the Sahara for a pilgrimage. His camel caravan had thousands of soldiers, slaves, and attendants. Many carried Musa's gold with them. For this trip alone, he may have had as much as a ton of gold. When he arrived in Egypt for a 3-month stopover, he gave away so much gold as gifts and spent so much in Cairo's markets that he crashed the Egyptian economy. It took a decade to recover. So Musa tops the list, richest of all time.
Wow.
So wealthy, historians are afraid to guess how much he was worth. His net worth? Incalculable. Experts say they can't calculate it, but it's likely in the trillions of dollars. So there you have them. Historians don't agree on everything for these mega rich, but from sources I saw, these are the 10 richest guys ever. I don't admire these guys, they had their flaws, but we can still dream about being as rich as they were. Who wouldn't? Before we go, there are links in the description you might like, so please support the channel and check them out. Thank you for watching. I wish you a great day ahead. Say goodbye, Cree.
Bye.
Ciao for now.